Social Media Minute. Today's clickbait worth talking about.
Social Media Minute.
Yeah, it's all about social media. Right before the break, we threw a question at all the listeners and friends of the show, and we asked you, what was the most used app for you, especially last year when the pandemic started? What application did you depend on? What did you use the most, or binge use, let's say? And what do you think was the world's most downloaded app last year? Now, we had a couple of answers we're going to share with you in a little bit, but we're going to tell you the answer right now. According to the latest study, or the latest actually digital analytics company, App Annie, they have revealed that TikTok was the world's most downloaded app in the year 2020, as it took the top spot from Facebook Messenger. So TikTok platform, it's the only app not owned by Facebook to make the global top 5 of downloads. And in his home country, China, TikTok's owner, ByteDance, also holds the top spot with the Chinese language video app, Douyin, it's called. I hope I got the name pronounced right.
That was perfect.
Yeah, and TikTok's continued popularity actually emerged even after former U.S. President Donald Trump tried to ban it in America. But Facebook-owned apps, they have held the top spot since the survey started back in 2018, and the company still dominated the chart. And actually, in fact, Mark Zuckerberg's social media giant accounted for the rest of the top 5 with Facebook's flagship app, as well as WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook Messenger all making an appearance. You know, to me, I thought it would be Instagram. I didn't think it was TikTok. I feel TikTok is really big now this year. I never thought it was as big last year, but apparently it was.
Well, yeah, I mean, the thing is,
maybe I'm under the rock.
Yeah, those are the new downloads, I guess, for that year, and we've seen TikTok take off massively here. Now, in case you're not familiar with TikTok, essentially it allows you to quickly create videos. You add a bunch of effects, text captions, music in the back, and you can make all sorts of stuff on TikTok. There are people doing weird dances.
Challenges, a lot of them.
A lot of challenges, a lot of people acting, putting forth dialogue. Sometimes they would make these like really serious TikToks where they're presenting bits of information and there's someone dancing in the background.
Yeah.
You also see nurses in hospitals dancing as well in TikTok. It's pretty wild. You see pretty much everyone using TikTok at one point or another. And I think that's what the fuss is all about. It's just such an easy way to make really creative videos.
It is, and you know what the fun thing is about it? It's not just fun. It's also informative, apparently.
Yeah.
Because, for example, I don't have a TikTok account myself, but what I basically understood about TikTok, all right, the image I took about TikTok is when I talk to younger generations, for example, like a 10-year-old or a 14-year-old or even younger than 10, when I ask them about a piece of information, how they figured it out, where they got it from, they're like TikTok.
Absolutely.
Always the answer is TikTok.
There's everything.
And I'm thinking here, I'm like, okay, TikTok is only for like people with challenge. They do challenges, they do dances, they do music videos or something like that, or funny stuff. I never thought TikTok can actually be that informative, because I would have those, conversations with young generations, and I'm like, how do you know all this stuff? They're like, TikTok. It's not like Wikipedia.
Yeah.
It's not like YouTube. It's not that anymore. It's always TikTok.
It's always like places to go and visit, because there's a lot of users. I think it's just given a lot more people the power to share content and talk about their favorite places to eat, favorite places to hang out. So that could be one of the things. I resisted TikTok for a very long time. I did not want to take an account. I did not want to join the bandwagon until I did, and then I got hooked onto it. That's how intense TikTok can be. I think the best what TikTok has also done is made other platforms copy it a little bit, to see Instagram Reels being formed, and now YouTube has started doing it. YouTube has got its YouTube short videos, and to an extent, if you think about TikTok, also what it's done is given the power, or maybe even reduced the attention span to a lot less now. With a single swipe up, you can move on very quickly, and you've got that. Earlier we used to talk about you've got 3 seconds of trying to grasp your audience with your video content. Now it's the first second. If your video is not good enough in the first second, it's gone immediately. And this is where things are getting a little bit tricky in terms of our own consumption and what we like. But so far, as per the stats, TikTok has been named as the most downloaded app of the year 2020.
Ahmed, what do you think about TikTok? You have one? You have an account?
I do have a TikTok, and the funny thing about TikTok is I can't tell who's enjoying TikTok more. Is it the people who watch stuff or the people who make stuff? Because it's really over the top both ways, but I tend to be more of the former. I watch a lot of stuff on TikTok, and like you said, there's a lot of informative stuff, a lot of funny stuff as well, and the fact that people have such little time to make something that is compelling, I think puts the pressure on them to make the most of every second, and I think that's where a lot of golden moments come from. And AK, you've been creating on TikTok.
I have been. I've become a content creator. I'm not the most popular one. There's certain videos that are actually, I'll look at the views that I've got. So when I did the deep dive, I got 96.7k views.
Nice.
Oh. Very happy with that. Then I went to the next day to the jump and freeze event, and that got 98.9k. And I was like, now this is my thing. I am a TikTok content creator. But then my views never reached that levels after that. No matter what video I made, no matter where I was, I thought my Mykonos and Santorini videos would do really well, but they didn't. They're only 100 views. So it all depends.
Do you use tags as well?
You can use tags.
Because I don't know about TikTok, sorry.
I think the TikTok algorithm is quite strange because suddenly a video can spike in views based on if you let the app decide the music, the time you post it, and the type of content it is. So it's just a strange algorithm, but in the end it's all fun and games. Everyone enjoys a little bit of content creation. People would like to be to label themselves as content creators or influencers. We're telling the people where to go and where to what to try. But on that front, it is great. And if you're a TikToker or a massive fan, let us know in the text lines 4215 what you love the most about the application. Well, time now for us to quickly move on. Up next, we shall be discussing all things new virus, this time in West Africa. What's happening over there in Guinea? We'll be touching upon that, so do stay tuned to Pulse 95.
This is Pulse 95.
Pulse 95.
It's the Morning Majlis.
It's the Morning Majlis.
So Amazon announced that it's going to pay customers who've been injured or have had property damaged as a result of products that are sold through third-party sellers. Essentially, they're going to be giving customers up to $1,000 for claims regarding defective products that are sold by third-party sellers if those products caused property damage or personal injury. And Amazon said in a blog post, quote, "By standing behind customers on the products in our store, regardless of who sells them, Amazon is going far beyond our legal obligations and what any other marketplace service provider is doing today to protect customers." Are they doing this to fend off potential lawsuits? And how often does this happen that third-party products are damaging customers?
Well, starting from September 1st, it will pay valid claims of up to $1,000, which make up more than 80% of injury and damage cases on its site, according to its latest statement. And it may also cover claims for higher amounts if sellers are unresponsive. And it comes as the shopping giant faces mounting pressure over product safety following a series of court cases. We've seen back in last month, actually, Amazon was sued by the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission in an effort to force it to recall hundreds of thousands of goods. And these included faulty carbon monoxide detectors, appliances without sufficient protection against electric shocks, and children's clothing that did not meet fire standards.
Yeah, and on that, actually, to elaborate on it, the number of faulty carbon monoxide detectors is 24,000. They failed to ring the alarm. There were also sleepwear garments for children that were flammable, so they were not safe and risked burn injuries to children. And they also sold 400,000 hair dryers without required immersion protection, which would protect people against shock and electrocution. So That is a lot of products.
It is a lot,
Yeah.
Actually, more than half of the goods sold on Amazon now, they come via third-party vendors, but they are largely unvetted before being sold. But for years, consumers, they have tried to hold the shopping giant to account over faulty products sold by third parties, but the firm has maintained sellers themselves as responsible. That's a position which has been backed by most courts. However, that has started to change in recent years following the series of high-profile court cases. And now they have said that that's it. They have said that it will compensate customers who suffer injury or property damage from defective goods sold by those independent sellers on its U.S. platform.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how people go through, what people have to go through in buying these items. Especially, my word of advice would be is to always check the reviews of these products, because a lot of people do get swayed by a little bit of a cheaper deal when it comes to these products, and then turns out that it wasn't the product that it's faulty. It's not the product you wanted, especially when there's only one review on it, and it just has a star. That's it, nothing else. So I think you've got to be very careful with that. But it's good to see that such a policy is there. But the Amazon Insurance Accelerator also is there, but Amazon itself is not offering this insurance, but at least there is something to protect the purchaser, the buyers.
What kind of customer are you guys? For example, if you get the wrong order, or if you get something that is not convenient or has some faulty aspects to your order, do you return it? Do you call the supplier, or do you just wave it off and
It
just
depends.
say that's it?
I think it depends on to what extent it is. Let's say, for example, recently I bought boxing gloves, for example.
Right.
They weren't the right. They were usable, maybe weren't the right perfect size.
Right.
But the hassle of asking them to come over, return the goods, get the refund on the credit card, and then all that, it's just easy. If you can use it, khalas, just deal with it.
I have friends who use their rights to the max.
Wow.
Like, this is my right. I'm gonna return it, even if it's gonna take me a long time, even if it's gonna be a hassle, even if that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call the company that I ordered whatever the online goods that they ordered from, and they're like, they're going to come to my doorstep, they're going to take my product, and they're going to, for example, either compensate me with return my money, or maybe exchange it with another item. For me, I'm just so lazy. I'm like, that's it. I don't.
It's okay. Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Plus, it depends on how expensive the item is, and how much of a process you have to go through if you're trying to exchange it or refund it or get something worked out, because your time is worth money. This is not something you'll ever get back. Your time is very limited, and if you have to spend so much time doing customer service calls and emails and wearing yourself down mentally just to get something, sometimes it's just not worth it.
Sometimes I order things online because I love online shopping. That's I depend on it for my life.
Yeah.
So sometimes I get clothes that are bigger than my size, sometimes, because obviously it's online, you can't tell. So what I do, I just take it to a tailor. Just make it smaller.
I do the thing when I order from Zara where
I'm supposed to return it to the same place and tell them get me something smaller, and it's my absolute right. But I'm like, it's just so much hassle. Just like AK said, so much time. It's just so much time consuming, and have to call, and you have to reach out to them. You have to wait, and you have to do that. I'll just take it and just make it smaller.
What you can do also, what I do sometimes for online clothing retailers is I would order 2 sizes. So a same t-shirt, small and medium.
No way.
And I'll take the one that fits, and I'll just go, next time I go to the store, I'll just be like, can you exchange or refund or whatever. I do that sometimes, yeah.
That's smart.
Just to try it out, because you never know.
Strategy.
The sizes are not consistent. They always change.
They're not.
Yeah.
No, you never know.
And a lot of places now, if you go to an actual store, they're telling you because of COVID precautions, you cannot try on the clothes.
Oh.
So that's smart what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works for some stores.
It works, yeah.
Let us know what your secret to the perfect style or perfect way of shopping is. Stay with us in the Morning Majlis. We will return, and up next we'll talk to you about the big thing for Leo Messi. It is the big news of the day as well when it comes to the sporting arena. Think about it. Christian Mbappe, you've got Sergio Ramos, you've got Neymar, and you've got Leo Messi. If you are if you are the manager for PSG, Man, oh man, you've got a squad to choose. Stay with us. This is the Morning Majlis only on Pulse 95.
This is Pulse 95.
Pulse 95.
It's the Morning Majlis.
It's the Morning Majlis.
Khor Fakkan had a very special visit yesterday. His Highness Sheikh Mohamed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces, toured Al Suhub Rest House, Khor Fakkan's striking tourism destination that's located 600 meters above sea level. His Highness posted about this visit on his Twitter page saying, quote, I visited Al Suhub Rest House in Khor Fakkan, which offers panoramic views of the city's landmarks and its authentic history. A city blessed with beautiful nature and diversity, a city where qualitative vital projects are open, adding to the nation's tourist assets. We appreciate the efforts of Sheikh Sultan, the ruler of Sharjah, who dedicated all the potential to serve the nation and its citizens.
Certainly, Ahmed, Sharjah has definitely welcomed a number of new attractions over the past few years, but Al Suhub Rest House has definitely cemented its position as a leading tourist hotspot for the years to come, for sure. It opened actually last month during Eid al-Adha, and this new venue is in the mountains of Khor Fakkan. It's about a 30-minute drive from Khor Fakkan city, and it's also about a 90-minute drive from central Sharjah and a 2-hour drive from downtown Dubai. And it centers around a distinctive circular structure with a diameter of 30 meters, and it is located just about 580 meters above sea level, thus giving visitors panoramic views of the area itself. So it was incredible to see this come to life because His Highness Sheikh Dr. Sultan bin Mohamed Al Qasimi, the Supreme Council member and the ruler of Sharjah, visited this location back in October 2020 and was briefed about those plans, and His Highness made it a reality.
Yeah, if you're going to go down there, you've got to make sure that your phones are charged. And we saw that from the footage yesterday. His Highness Sheikh Mohamed bin Zayed Al Nahyan's media team producing that content, posted on his Instagram page as well on WAM's YouTube. Brilliant views could be seen at the time that he visited as well. But if you're going, make sure your phones are charged. Make sure that you are giving yourself enough time to go up there. And if you do go in the mornings, that's the best time to go and catch the golden hours of photography. And of course, if you go down in the evenings as well, it's not too bad at all in terms of the weather because you are about 583 meters above sea level, so the weather conditions can be ideal, so not too bad, but a great place to visit. And if you haven't done so, I'm sure after watching this video you'd be very, very encouraged. So do let us know on the text lines 4215 should you be planning on visiting the Al Suhub Rest House.
For sure, it's offering sweeping views and service amenities for sure. And we're definitely looking forward to a lot of other locations here in Sharjah. We're looking forward to the floating theater that's going to be located on the corniche of the city of Kalba. And also they labeled the theater as Kalba Floating Theater on the Instagram post. And also the shape, it resembles a seashell surrounded by water basins. That's a design that came about by an idea from the ruler of Sharjah himself, and it's linked to the Corniche, the theater. It will provide a complete view of the Kalba Corniche and also the Arabian Sea. And of course, there will be various facilities to attract visitors throughout the year. So we're looking forward to this attraction, so many other attractions as well, including the Al Kitab Rest project as well.
Yeah, big plans for the city of Kalba, several vital projects being worked on there as well, and we certainly will be delighted to cover those when they open indeed.
Yep, so much to look forward to indeed. And if you are going down over the weekend, make sure you go early because expect to see some long queues as well because it is a very, very popular hangout spot, and we saw a huge turnout during the Eid holidays as well.
If you liked this episode of the Morning Majlis, drop a like and subscribe.
95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.